Hi, this is Edith Fogarty. For today's Tech Tip Tuesday, I wanted to show you how to use the project builder here in Google Earth to help engage students in the study of geography. I most recently used this with elementary students that were studying the Oregon Trail to try to get them to see certain locations as people, the pioneers, traveled across the country. So if we click on this little pin icon here, you can create a project. I had my students create their project right in Google Drive. So pretty easy to see. All you do is you add a title. You can add a description if you want to. And then from there, you make a new feature. So if I click the drop down here, I just had students search to add a place. So the first place that they were looking for was just Independence, Missouri. So Google Earth will fly you right down to Independence, Missouri. The neat feature is that because this is part of the Google Earth application, you can click on the points of interest here and see different places within Google Earth. If I click through, I happen to know that there is a National Frontier Trails Museum. So if I fly to it, it will take me right down, so I hover above it. My students discovered that if you take Pegman down and you drop him into the museum itself, that you can go inside and you can take a look around. So pretty neat that you can see places inside here. So if I wanted to, down here in the bottom left hand corner, I can click on capture this view, and that will give that image as the image that people see when they take my tour. So I'm going to give this a title for my pin, and then a little mini description. You can add images. If you wanted students to find additional images to make their tour more detailed, you could do that. And there's all sorts of other options down here below. For my elementary students, we just kind of kept it simple, but feel free to explore and see what else this is capable of doing. So if I go back, there's my first pin. If I want to find a new feature and add another place, so I found Chimney Rock as well. And this will fly us out to Chimney Rock in Nebraska. A nice, easy trick. You don't have to zoom in at all. You don't have to bring Pegman into the equation. You can just come over here and click Add to Project, and that will add that location. If you decide to change your mind and you decide you want to zoom in a little bit closer to get a little bit more detailed view, you can do that. I can click Capture this view, and it will capture that particular aspect of it. If I come back up here, now because I had chosen a point of interest to add to my tour, I need to click Replace to bring up that option of adding my title and my little description. So I would just add okay. Once again, I go back. Now I have two pins. You can rearrange the order of your pins here if you just click and drag. Add as many pins as you'd like. You can also click on this present button when everything's all finished, and it automatically makes a little slideshow with the title of your slide and your little description that you wrote. So as you can see, it takes you to that first image that I'd captured. It has a table of contents here, so you could toggle between your different locations. And if I click my next arrow, it will fly me to my next location. So this is a way to really engage students in the study of geography. If your students are anything like mine, they absolutely love learning how to use Google Earth and to be able to see places that they would not otherwise see. And my students were really engaged in this project. So I hope that you've learned something today. I hope this is something that you find you could use either in geography studies, or I've also had this people suggest using this for a lit trip when you're reading a book, finding locations around the world as you do your studies. So I hope you've learned something today, and I will see you next time.